to stand beside each other, arm in arm, locked like Rover Red Rover, send Panda on over, and then you fucking body check me to the ground, and then kick me in the sand, and then take my lunch money and spit in my mouth. And I hate it. I hated all of that, by the way. Oh shit, what a time to join, Saku, no! Or Twitch says chat seems actors considering clipping this moment for that Daft Punk Panda. Bitch, that's me. Why are you telling me to clip my own shit? What the actual fuck, Twitch? Please. Stop being cringe. If we're fucking with this dude, I'm willing to put in the time. I switched to my right hand. Even remotely recent stuff or whatever, but oh, what? What?
Oh my god. $20 million, will you love me?
How long?
That's just a day.
Just a day?
A day of love. We gotta go for a picnic and watch a movie and have a romantic meal together.
Was there sex?
You gotta give me a foot massage.
I'll do that for $20 million. Yeah, that's worth it.
Wait a minute, there is sex. Are you still doing it?
I like to eat onions like apples. Just as a treat. You know what I mean? Just peel the outer layer real quick. Just bite straight into it, you know? We see two characters get fucking grabbed by the hedge maze or whatever, right? And it looks like they're dead, but they're fine. They're just literally fine. And like Harry has a moment where he's like, am I going to rescue Cedric or am I going to just like continue running to win, right? And it's like a bit of a character moment that he decides to rescue Cedric, but he could have just ran because Cedric would have been fine. Cedric would have been grabbed by the hedge maze or whatever, and he would have just been fine. And in fact, if he didn't do that, then Cedric probably would have just like dead ass lived, because the only reason Cedric died at all in that movie is because he didn't get grabbed by the hedge maze and did get Avada Kedavra by fucking Voldemort, right? There's this scene where McGonagall and Harry and them like reveal themselves at Hogwarts, right? And Snape is there as headmaster, and he's fighting McGonagall, right? And there's two Death Eaters behind Snape, and Snape doesn't do a single offensive spell, which I think is like on purpose, intentional, right? But another thing that happens, which is weird to me, is as he's defending against the spells, he like deflects one to the left and one to the right and blasts the Death Eaters behind him, which also seems intentional to me, given that I'm like paying attention to Snape and know that he's like a good guy, right? But it's not exactly like, I mean, it's okay for it to not be broadcasted or signposted, I guess, but you get what I'm... That's fine.
Everyone's getting pets in leagues. Fucking idiots.
Ah!
You're alright.
I just got the same yellow tile triggered 4 fucking times in a row. Please.
Should have moved one tile to the left.
Yeah, I know. I fucking know. Meow. Beatrice says he has bear paws. Meow. I do have bear paws. Meow. Well, wait. Why are all the black people in your class in the back?
Oh my god.
Why did you assign the seats in your class so that all the black kids are in the back of your class? And he's like, because they have the highest grades. And they were like, ah, okay. That's fine. So yeah, we were the back row and the black row. Yeah, boy. Black row. Cat says, not gonna lie, it's kind of cute in a clearly you are suffering kind of way. What do you mean? Ooh, that's
why am I over?
Why Beatrice does shit? Ooh, that's fucked up. Ooh, I don't understand. Ooh, what do you mean by that? Ooh, what do you mean by that? Ooh, please help Uwu. Don't ignore me, Uwu. And what he asked for, Uwu, was for me to count Uwu as a word so that he could make me say Uwu for 10 minutes. Uwu. So without using the 3-minute redeem Uwu, in order for me to say, oh, whoa, Uwu, the way that you would need to do that, Uwu, is to use the 3-minute redeem Uwu, and then it would only last for 3 minutes where I would say, oh, whoa, Uwu. In order for me to say, oh, whoa, for longer than that, Uwu, I would need you to use the 3-minute redeem Uwu to ask to make it so that it's a word Uwu for me to then do it for longer Uwu. Does that make sense, Uwu? Please make it stop, Uwu. Sasuke Kats's panda needs a break, Uwu. I need Jesus, Uwu. Daddy.
It's over. It's over. Stop
Oh, it's been over for so long. Hep.
You just like saying it, don't you?
It's back now, Daddy. I hate it here, Daddy. I didn't even start the timer yet, Daddy. I didn't even need to start yet, Daddy.
You're actually getting conditioned.
Cole just says how he keeps going beyond the timer, Daddy. Well, it didn't matter now, does it, Daddy? Beatrice said you'll never be free, Daddy. I hate it here, Daddy. I hate it here, Daddy.
How many points is it?
It's not enough points, Daddy. Yes, it's faster, Daddy. Yes, you're right. Sorry. I wasn't
faster, Daddy.
Go around now, down yonder, Daddy. Yeah, down yonder, Daddy. Yeah, down yonder, Daddy. That's what we're doing now, Daddy. I'm having a stroke, Daddy. Daddy. Yep, Daddy. That's other Daddy. Yep. That's all you got. You're gone. Oh, fuck, I forgot about nerve locking, Daddy. Oh, fuck, Daddy. All right, get back in there. Get back in. Then do timer and do shout out. Yes. Bam, just like that. Mommy Chuzzy. Oh shit. Let's do a shout out for Laurie real quick, if you don't mind, right? Or...
I mind actually coming up.
Okay.
Anyway, okay. You could, yeah, go ahead.
No, that's her shout out. That's what she gets.
No,
I was going to say it, and then Saku Savage minded, so obviously I'm not going to do it anymore, so it's over. That's all you get.
Actually, no, we're not gonna. No. It was a joke.
Laurie says, who would win, Savage or Panda? Savage.
What are we doing? If we're playing chess, Panda's winning.
That's true. Savage, like in a physical conflict though, Savage has like fucking 2 feet on me though. Like there's just no fucking way.
Just hold his head, bro.
Yeah, like there's no chance. I'd have to climb him like a fucking tree. I'd have to tear him down from the top. Like Saren in particular, like with regards to like lore, like Saren is like definitely a god that definitely exists.
Yeah.
Whereas like most of the other gods are like
kind of wishy-washy.
Yeah, you could be. I could see someone being skeptical, right? Zamorak almost definitely exists, and like the gods have like done stuff. Like Bandos brought the goblins, right? Like goblins aren't from here; they were brought here.
Yes.
But like the elves were like on a first name basis, like backstory and king backstory. It's like, oh yeah, Saren, yeah, she and I spoke all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like literally just engaged with her personally. Like, oh yeah.
Yeah, probably seen him. Like a black guy. There's text videos.
I don't think I've seen a black guy before.
Panda. Sit down.
Yeah.
You are a black guy.
No, I've never seen that.
You probably don't own a mirror.
Saku says, Panda, you can't say those things. Why not?
You can't say those things, Panda.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nah, Saku's right. You can't stop it.
It's fine. You can say.
No, he's right, dude. You went too far this time. I think we need an apology from you.
Yeah. Okay.
Go on then.
No, I'm all right.
Okay, well, do anything for 3 minutes. Redeem's looking pretty cool.
Oh shit. I don't feel like waiting anymore. Let's go back. Back to the way back. Hey Saku, how's it going? It's your boy, that
Hello.
Dapokpeta. It's Aku Kapaku. Once again, I'm joined by Saku. How's it going, man? How you living? Oh yeah.
On top of roofs.
Yeah, you sure do be. You sure do be. I forgot I ran out of member stuff. Member juice. I'm all out. I'm bottomed out of member juice. It's okay. Why do I have Snape Crest in my inventory? What's going on here? Alright.
The Sever Snake Grass.
Yeah. How's everybody doing? Hello, Kolya, Beatrice. Savage was here in the chat as well. Greetings.
Oh, he's a mod.
She was.
Oh.
She had one act as a mod. Exactly one. How's the purchase going? Not so great. It's okay. No, I can give you back your VIP. Hold on. I forgot that it takes that away. Very cool. Don't need this. Do want to go to a member world. Toyus is doing good. I'm building my little nanoblock sets right now for more decorations. I thought you needed to move to a different house because you didn't have enough space and you're building more things. You're filling more space. What are you doing? Savage is doing good. Maybe you'll be around for the weekend. Got things and stuff going on. Okay. So you're saying you probably won't be around today, but you will be around for the weekend. That's fine. Mostly it's just abiotic factor. I think it's gonna be the last hurrah with abiotic factor. Obviously, you'll be hugely helpful for satisfactory as well. But everything else, you know, if you're busy, you're busy. You're not gonna miss a ton for party animals or nothing. Beatrice says, I would be responsible with sword. Maybe just ask if I could smite booze. Damn, I finished my work, time to be lazy. Yeah, I don't want to give you more work is really what it is. I only gave it mod to Savage because he asked for it. I don't think he actually needs it in any way. I'm usually able to mod the chat just fine. It's not actually that much of an issue for me, I don't think. Beatrice says it's not work, Silly Panda. Oh, it is. It truly is. Koya says nanoblock sets tend to be small and a ton fit on one shelf. In fact, all of them fit there. Yeah, but it's just something that you're gonna have to pack up later. You're trying to move like right now. I mean, if it sparks joy, it is fine. However, it does seem to me it's like you're just making more things that you have to move. All right, and then we can do this. I feel like you guys have moved further and further. You strayed further from God. The exclamation point doesn't mean anything anymore. We've moved away from it having any meaning whatsoever. Goyo says, I built them in like 20 minutes and destroy them in 5. It's absolutely fine. And it will still take some time if I get that particular space. I don't know what you mean by it will still take some time. If you're not worried about it, you're not worried about it. I just think that it's silly to make more things that are going to be harder to move. We're so cool. What is it? What is it that Okabe Rintaro says? I think it's we're so cool. It's something like him doing an American. No, it was it's so cool. Son of a bitch. Have you guys seen Steins Gate? It's pretty good. I haven't seen the most recent stuff from it though. There's a sequel visual novel and an anime to go along with it. Beatrice knows. I do the toot-toot-toot redeem in Bugs chat, Smug Little Bugs chat every single time. Every single time I show up. It was funny. I did it like, I don't know, for a week or two or whatever. And I was like, do you associate the toot-toot with me joining your chat? And he was like, but I said it was Mayushi's horn. And he was like, I don't know who that is. And I'm like, are you sure? like that's where that soundbite comes from. He's like, oh, well, yeah, sure, I guess. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just some anime shit, dog. I don't know. I was like, oh, okay. Savage says, just put the snake grass in the pot, bro. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it, all right? Shit, leave me alone. Let me fucking live, dog. Is this not good enough for you? Are you not entertained? Oh, I guess I should go do my dailies too. I didn't even do the fucking redeem now that I think about it. I should. I don't want people to think I'm going to do anything for 3 minutes. Nah. Dollars. I totally forgot about that. It's okay. Kolya says he didn't say bro, he said little bro. Kolya, why are you fucking fact checking my fucking reading, dog? You want me to roast you the next time you go live every time you make a mistake? Because I swear to God, I'll do it. Is that what this needs to be?
You right now, look at him making prayer pots.
True. Yeah, Kolya, have you ever heard of these? You know what these are? You know what they do for you? Savage's tiny bro be like, Kolya says there's a command to roast me, dude. I don't remember that, but okay. So yes, that's what you're looking for. That's what you get out of this. Some kind of sick kink. I mean, being a streamer is probably a good way to make that happen, to be honest. Is that a Sarachnis schedule? What is this?
Yeah,
it was. And so it was. Looks like Renar unfinished potions are not doing so hot as far as value goes. Which I guess isn't terribly surprising. They kind of fluctuate up and down and up and down. I did Tears of Gothics, right? Surely I'm not that much of a fool. Five days. Okay, yeah, we're chilling. Savage says, anyway, have a good night, lads, and Benoist, I'm off to bed. Damn, Savage sleeping responsibly. That's fucking crazy. And while the mods are away, the chat will play. Boy, says already? Damn.
Sleep
Yeah,
well.
no. He's sleeping responsibly for once.
Wow.
All right, we're gonna go on a world tour real quick. Get some of our dailies done real quick. It'll only take a second. We need a rake and a few teleports. Some dollars. There we go. Boy, is this sleeping responsibly? Couldn't be me. Again, Don't use me as your excuse for not sleeping when you're supposed to. I do that for fucking every stream that doesn't end at a reasonable hour. Don't be like me. Be better. It doesn't take very much. Savages, before I go, nice goggles. Freak. What? My goggles are nice. Well, this says it's 10 p.m. It's fine. Yeah, but we both know that that's not the issue here. What time it is now is not the concern. It has very little to do with the time presently and everything to do with your track record, Koya. Lumbridge kid. Sir, this is Varrock. How's your fishing going, Zaku? Are you almost done?
It's advancing. I went through at least half of the Karam 1G you started with.
Yeah. That's a lot of them. That's a lot of them. This is, I do not have places to be. It's fine. And when I have places to be, I'm always on time. I got it all under control. I think that your body likes to sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time. So even if you do get enough sleep, you don't really want to, like, you know, get 8 hours of sleep from midnight to 8 a.m. and then from fucking 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. or whatever. Hey, Westlays all day and every day. You're very consistent.
Now it's time to jump over buildings again.
Of course, your favorite crime.
I've committed it. Give me one moment. I've committed this crime 3,165 times.
That doesn't even sound like that much on the scale of maxing, to be honest. Sounds like you still have a long way to
It's
go.
under health.
Yeah. Boy, this is now my body likes to sleep 24/7. In fact, I sleep too much. I don't enter REM sleep either. I immediately enter deep sleep and stay in that the entire time, which is not as pleasant as it may sound. Sounds like you know some more about sleep than I do. My one psych class didn't prepare me for this conversation. Kind of surprised you didn't end up with a bunch of extra farming experience. Like, I have more farming experience than you do, Saku.
That's normal. I stopped as I got to 99. The extra XP, that's just Hespori.
Yeah, I don't know. I just figured that you would need potions more than I need money, I guess. But obviously
Yeah,
that's
I
not the
already
case.
have potions.
Yeah, I see that.
Miscellanea gives me potions.
Hmm. I forgot about miscellanea.
It's the one useful thing it still gives me. Now I just put the extra 5 dudes on Mahogany's, if I remember correctly.
Is that for bird nests for Saradomin brews, I guess?
No, for sending money to Maine.
Fair enough. How do you get bird nests without using miscellanea? I know you can in theory get them by just chopping trees, but I don't think I've ever gotten one that way.
Giant mole.
Yeah, giant mole.
Drops the mole skin and claws. Each of them is worth a bird nest.
So yeah, that's definitely the way that you do it. Chopping trees is not a thing. It's weird that that's the way that you get them, but yeah, true. That makes sense.
And the bird nests you get from doing that are kind of good, actually. They're not too bad. Probably the most reliable way to get snakegrass seed.
Really? Interesting. The only other way that I would know to get it is just by doing Slayer, I guess. So as far as reliable goes, I guess I would believe it. Hey, Furnace Burns.
Snakegrass seed are pretty scarce.
Mm-hmm. Also pretty valuable too. I picked up a lot of snakegrass during Slayer when I was doing it. Not like a ton of them, but every time I saw them, I definitely picked them up. So yeah, makes sense.
You got a bunch of limbwort seeds, which you might as well do during your herb runs.
Is that strength potion? Is that what it is? Is that worth it?
Super strength.
Super strength. Okay, then it would be worth for combat potions, super combats. Eventually.
Watermelon are worthless because you get them from everywhere else. If you really want watermelon seed, go do some temple trekking. Easy source.
That's the
Landodine seeds, swarfweed seeds, cadantine seeds.
temple trekking.
Dorsal rat.
The thing where you're in Mauritania, right?
What?
You go from like here to there.
Oh yeah, that's the temple trekking's the activity where you path through the swamp.
Yeah. I did that a little bit. It was actually not that bad, but obviously I stopped as soon as I got the lumberjack outfit.
They removed the bog event.
Yeah.
It's that event where you had to feel the swamp with a stick for where the correct path is. And it was just a big waste of time.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So much of a waste of time that whenever you encountered it, you would just teleport out.
Just do a full reset.
Yeah, just leave the guy that you were escorting there.
And try again next time. Sorry, dude. It ain't worth my time. I give up.
Sorry, dude, you'll figure it out.
I really like that minigame, honestly. I think it's a cool minigame to exist. It doesn't give, like, extremely good rewards, other than the lumberjack set.
It's a good source of bowstrings.
What a weird
It's like
thing.
100 per tickets.
What a weird thing. Bowstrings, huh? Alright. Doesn't that guy give you bowstrings in, Catherby or whatever? The beekeeper? Won't he just give them to you daily?
I think.
Probably only like 60 of them or whatever, but like still. That's something. Passive income, I guess.
Pure essence, you're not doing that trade. No, silver bar, that's too low amount. Can get Tarum and Parlor, Lender, and Toad Flax.
There's too many herbs in this game for me to know what even half of them do, I'm gonna be honest.
Toad Flax is Sarah Brew.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Tarramin and Harlander are useless.
Yeah, I know the big ones. I know Renar, I know Torstol.
Or you can just get the random XP tomes for 1,100 XP.
Yeah. I kind of like those tomes. They were very cool, but they're not worth... If they were in different skills, it might be fine. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, there's a fishing tome. Hold on. Do I max fishing with the temple trekking tome?
I mean, it's definitely one of the... You'd be one of the very few in the world who have ever done that. I promise you that shit.
Oh, agility's there too. No, but I have to max at least one of them with a frog token.
Mm-hmm. Frogs actually kind of have a pretty strong association in my mind with both fishing and agility, so it actually works out either way. Monster Hunter Tri, you could fish up a gobel, which was like a giant anglerfish, like a flat anglerfish, I guess, with a frog. You just get a frog and throw it in the lake. This big ass monster would, I mean, definitely eat the frog first of all, but secondly, you could land it and just, it would be like staggered for, I don't know, 5 seconds or something like that. Beat its ass with your sword. That's one of those monsters that might not ever come back, to be honest. It was a really unremarkable monster at the time, and it only made sense because of the aquatic environments. Swimming mechanics, you know what I mean? They did it for one game and they were like, we should never do this again. Well, a pair of games.
Okay, the temple trekking tomes are bankable, so if I am to get that, I should do it soon.
Hey, Ruby! Despite my face, I'm glad to see you. So you can just like bank them infinitely, basically? Do they each take up their own slot, I wonder?
I think they each take out their own slot because they can have different values of XP.
I see. Interesting. Ruby had to try it out. Yeah, no worries. I outsourced my emotions. As an android, it fits with canon. This one is Beatrice's favorite. There's some cursed combinations in there too. Ruby says, why do you use the tag argumentative on your stream? Because I am the way that I am and I can't change it. Because I am doomed, Ruby. I am doomed to this existence. Ruby says, you trying to get people to come and debate you? I want people to be prepared, is what it is. Because if you say some shit that I interpret as being too wrong, then I am going to come for your throat. Probably. I've done it before. Beatrice is like, yeah, like trying to tell Panda he is great. Afraid at what? Beatrice says yes. What is this? Some kind of a glazing? Beatrice says he's the coolest. I'm the coolest. Shout out to Shadow the Hedgehog, my favorite Sonic character. Probably unironically, actually, my favorite Sonic character. I like Knuckles a lot too. Ruby says Panda's great at being consistent. I don't know if that's even like a good thing by itself. It's like, well, he's nothing if not consistent, I guess. You know what I mean? He's annoying as shit, but he's always there. Cool. Beatrice's case in point is what I presume you mean. Ruby says, I mean, you're online all day, every day streaming, grind mindset. It's true. I am on pretty consistently, but far from every day. I don't think I could do more without like changing up my life a little bit. Like I need to sleep more consistently just in general, but specifically to do more than I am doing now, I would need to sleep more consistently for sure. Because at the moment things can get a little dicey now and then. And there's a real risk of me just like dying tragically. Beatrice says, just say thank you, motherfucker. Or what? What are you gonna do to stop me? Who gonna stop me? Beatrice says, Ima? Are you? Well, I'm going to talk about Taku Kenpaku. He's here today with me. He's a fellow streamer. Now, I'm also a RuneScape streamer, but mostly a variety streamer. He plays all kinds of different games throughout the week. Disgaea on Thursdays. Power Rolls on Tuesdays. He's joined in... Disgaea, if you don't know, is a real-time... Not a real-time strategy. It's a tactical RPG.
It's not real-time at all.
Yes, no, it's tactical RPG. Sorry, I tried to add letters and RTS came to mind, but that's not correct. It's a tactical RPG is what I was thinking of. But yes, he plays that. It's very Fire Emblem or Final Fantasy Tactics like, if you're not familiar. Very anime too. We just got through a big emotional beat, actually. You just missed it. Some waterworks, if you will. On Tuesdays, he plays Power World with Beatrice Gambit, Chuzzy Wuzzy, and Blight Empire. He's way over-leveled in there and delving deeply into dangerous territories for the advanced elite pals or what have you. What's up, Cam? Yeah, this is mostly where I am, actually. And on Sunday, which is our day, in the morning, he plays Satisfactory with us. We're knocking on the nuclear age. That's the next thing that we want to try and do, I think. And also not, fuck it up terribly. And following that, on the same Sunday, he plays Pokemon with his good friend Kitsune. He's already in the post game of Scarlet and Violet, but it's his very first Pokemon game. So he'll be wrapping that one up probably soonish. Maybe 1 or 2 more sessions would be my guess. But yeah, that's Taku Kenpaku, the Soul Mage VTuber. He's got a big hat. I mean, you can look at him. He's right there.
Hey.
How's it going, Cam? How you living, man? Mean Raptor says, I just wasn't expecting to see that Daft Punk Panda on Twitch TV/that Daft Punk Panda. Yeah, sometimes I do a little bit of a guerrilla stream, you know what I mean? I just like slide in at, my regular time and stream for like exactly the amount of time that I have outlined in my schedule usually. Sometimes though I do end early. Sometimes I do. Sometimes. Last time it was a Wednesday. Yeah. We ended a little bit early because my membership ran out and I was going to get nerd logged. So I did end about an hour early Wednesday, to be fair. I did. But I also tend to stream like consistently over what the actual schedule says now that I think about it. Because I'm supposed to start streaming now. I usually stream an extra 40 minutes or so every day. When I say an extra 40 minutes, I do the pre-roll 10-minute thing at 450, to be fair. And Draft says, sometimes I just sit here for, I'm just here for Savage and Zaku. I feel like that's not even an exaggeration. I feel like there's a certain amount of appeal, especially that Savage brings. No offense, Zaku, but he's the funny guy of the three of us, for sure. Do I need this music to be louder? I think so.
Yeah, we'll concede that to Savage.
Hey, Oz. You're definitely the pun guy of the three of us. I'll give you that. Oz has me tabbed up as he's working and lurking. Of course, he's always busy. Oz is an extremely hard worker. I'm going to do a shout out for Ruby, and we'll get to Oz in just a second. Ruby, what's your name? Ruby Carrot? I've never said your last name before, ever. You're just Ruby to me. Variety streamer. A little bit, I don't want to say irregular. I don't know if you have a proper schedule. For all I know, though, you could have had a schedule for weeks and I just fucking missed it because I stream when I stream, and that means that I just never get to fucking see other people play games. You were playing Repo last, of course. I was able to stop by and hang out for a little while. Repo's definitely the new hotness. People love that game. It's very similar to Lethal Company. Not exactly for me. Ruby's also a very experienced Final Fantasy XIV player and has played a few other games as well. What's the dress-up game with the platforming? I think Ruby played that. Did you enjoy the Sanrio game? I forget what it's called. Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Shout out to my guy Big Challenges, my very favorite boy. But yeah, Ruby's a very pleasant streamer and has like deep knowledge when it comes to Final Fantasy XIV in particular. As far as other games go, I definitely know that Ruby has like a spattering of information, if you will. A quite large sample of games that they know particularly well. I've learned a lot from Ruby, but I can't think of any particular games in mind. Nothing comes to mind. But Ruby's definitely a gamer through and through. Knows some stuff, knows some things. Let's reload this before we do the next one. I think I have to spell shout out correctly as well. Justice says, a gamer on Twitch he cannot be. I mean, Twitch is actually for much more than just games. It used to be exclusively for speedruns, not even like Let's Plays, just speedruns. But nowadays, there's also like art, creative things, writing, acting, and tabletop stuff as well. There's a lot of stuff actually on Twitch. Just IRL streams, just like walking around in the world and experiencing things, which is pretty interesting. I don't know if I would do anything like that ever because I just don't like going outside to begin with, personally. No thanks. Boya says even sleeping. That's definitely true that there are people sleeping, but that's kind of different, I would think. It's less of an activity and more of a state of being, I feel like, but sure.
More of a requirement.
It is definitely required. You will die. Koya is literally a category. It's actually not that, though. If you look into it, Koya, you'll see that there's a game called I'm Just Sleeping, and people just misuse the category for when they sleep. That's not actually what it's for. So yes, but
what?
No. Yes.
What is the category for?
It's for the game called I'm Just Sleeping. It's a video game called that. Yes. Yes, that's what it's supposed to be for. People just don't use it that way.
The things you learn.
Yeah, I think Pirate Software told me that in one of his shorts. And Draft says, I just had an epic dream. Chat, clip that. Yeah, maybe. Getting hyped for the sleep stream? I don't think so. I think I'm all right on that.
The top of the hour ad break.
Ruby says, well, I went AFK for a second. Why am I getting a shout out? Everyone does. Everyone I know is a streamer, especially people whose streams I actually like. Ruby says, Jarvis, clip that. That seems like the least like Jarvis required command. Like you could just surely you could do that one yourself. Also, this music is definitely too loud. I definitely don't like the mix of this game. I fucking hate the audio. Totally, says people usually sleep in subathons. They'll sleep for any reason, to be honest. Some people just like having their stream go nonstop for 400 hours or whatever. But Cam has never once slept on stream, at least as far as I'm aware. That's the Undrafted. Pickle Cam, it's what I call him sometimes. Usually I just call him Cam, I guess. He joins us every Sunday for Abiotic Factor, but he plays a wide variety of games throughout the week. He'll play Project Zomboid, Grand Theft Auto 5, Ark Survival Ascended, all with the one and only Quest ALTV, a good friend of his and fellow member of the Great Reef stream team. They actually had an IRL meetup at some point at a nice little restaurant whose name I do not remember. But yeah, no, Cam's a fantastic guy, fantastic streamer, very funny guy. Has nice little ad break pre-roll, mid-roll type dealy. Shows you a nice variety of stuff. It definitely inspired me to do the clips that I've got at the start of every one of my streams and also on my BRB screen, excuse me. Mine's a little more finicky than his. His is obviously much more well edited. The Undrafted says Casa Bonita is a great place. Yeah, that's why I didn't remember it, because I still don't know that name. Like, I'm pretty sure that's famous. I don't know it though. It means nothing to me. You know what I mean? Cheeseburgers in paradise is what I'm hearing. It means nothing to me. Literally no clue. But yeah, he also is one of the two hosts of the Undrafted podcast, which is on YouTube. Well, it's everywhere you can find podcasts, but it's particularly on I guess it's youtube.com/@the_undrafted podcast. It's kind of long, I guess. But you know, the most of it is given. It's at the Undrafted podcast. That's the one you want. He and Juan, both gamers, talk about whatever they want to talk about. Maybe they'll have some guests on too. Ruby says, but has Panda heard of Rainforest Cafe? I have, and also there's a YouTuber who went to every Rainforest Cafe. I don't remember what YouTuber it was, but they went to every single one of them. And I feel like I am indifferent to their existence. Eddie Burback? Sure. Oh, sorry. The YouTuber did great. I had a good time watching the YouTuber. I'm saying I'm indifferent to the existence of the Rainforest Cafe. After watching that video, I do not feel like I need to experience even a single one of them. That's all right. And it warms my heart to know I inspired your clip roll. Yeah, it took way less effort, is what I'll say, than what went into your stuff, obviously. The Undrafted says, I kept getting recommended that video, still never watched it. I think it's pretty good. I think it's worth watching, but I don't think that I will ever go to a Rainforest Cafe. Ruby says, I live 30 minutes away from the OG one in the Mall of America. Damn, 30 minutes away. And you still haven't been to it? Because that would sum up my existence as well. I moved to a brand new city for a while. I lived there for 6 months and I experienced exactly nothing there. Not a single fucking thing. I was like on the outskirts of the city, well within driving distance of literally anything that the city had to offer, and I did absolutely nothing. And I was like, I should never travel internationally, because I am going to do the thing that is most comfortable to me, that I will enjoy the most, which is not leaving my house. Ruby says, I haven't been into that one, but I went to the one in the Riverwalk in San Antonio. I'm sorry, so you went to a different one that is obviously thus further away from you? That is actually crazy. The Riverwalk is very, very nice. I don't know anything about that either. Guys, I don't know things, especially like touristy things. They're not really in my interest. Undrafted loves the Riverwalk. Oh, what? Everybody knows about this? I'm just a fool? I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Well, that's fine. A river walk sounds like something that you would do for exercising. And when I think of exercising, I think of Ozpin Arc, another streamer, friend of the channel, my personal fitness and wellness guru. He starts every stream with an exercise himself, and in fact wants to use his stream, his platform, as a way to encourage you to, improve yourself in whatever ways that you have an interest in being better. Obviously, health and wellness does come from exercise to a certain degree, but also, you know, if you want to develop your ability as like a musician or an artist or whatever, it takes practice. You got to keep at it, right? And he puts the start of his stream as the time where he dedicates to himself and to his, you know, his own personal development through the stream holding him accountable for it. He does take rest weeks every now and then, which is important for growth as well. You know, it's okay to take breaks and to miss days and stuff. Just keep at it and you'll get better over time. And every Monday he has a community night where he'll play Among Us, Golf with Friends, Fall Guys, all kinds of different games, right? And throughout the week he plays a lot of 7 Days to Die, Dead by Daylight. Those I would say are his main two games, but he's also been playing Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh pretty consistently as well. He just played Marvel Rivals for the first time and also has played Repo last time he was live, I believe, just a day ago or so. I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. Pretty sure. I was there all day long, but I don't remember when it was. It must have been yesterday. But yeah, he's a fantastic streamer, very high energy. I describe him as my personal wellness and fitness coach because I feel like he's got that like 80s, 90s era, like high energy. Let's get it going. We can do this. All right, 10 more reps. You can do this. You know what I mean? Very, very invigorating type of, you know, charismatic feel. That's what Oz is all about. Ruby says Panda gets an F in touching grass. You're fucking so correct. And Raptor says, well, I live in Texas, so as a native Texan, it's just a rite of passage to go to the Alamo, I guess. Damn. You just have to go there. Hey, Spot. I feel like you're slightly smaller than you should be, Saku. I'm not sure. Should I make you bigger? It's probably fine. I'll leave it. I mean, Raptor says, oh, wait. So I read that. And then Ruby says, the funny thing was when I was living in Texas, I never went to San Antonio, but I went after I moved away and came back to visit. That's very weird. So like, you came back to visit Texas and you're like, oh, you know what I should do when I'm visiting? Go to this place that I've never been. Weird. So it's nostalgic in a way, but only in a way, I guess. Is there anywhere you want to visit, Saku? Oh, Saku's sleeping. Never mind. I don't know if I have like travel destinations or anything like that personally. Like I said, I don't think that I'm like a traveling type of person. I've done a little bit of traveling before, and I've actually experienced a bunch of things that I've enjoyed as well, but only by virtue of me traveling with other people who want to do those things. Traveling by myself, I think, is like fully pointless. Ruby says, to be honest, Riff was visiting me in America and I wanted to hang with my brother, and him and my brother's still in Texas, so we just did tourist stuff in Texas. See, yeah, exactly. If I was visiting someone, or otherwise if I was traveling around with someone who wanted to see things, I would probably have a good time, but I have no interest in doing it myself. Well, says traveling alone sounds like it can get lonely fast. No more lonely than staying indoors alone, I think. I don't see how traveling is going to be more lonely than that, unless you go to an area where you literally can't speak with other people, right? If I were to go to, you know, France or Paris, it would be a little bit rough because they really like to speak French there. Weird, right?
So weird.
But I think that like the loneliness would be, if anything, mitigated by going out and seeing other people, as long as you can communicate with them. Especially if you're doing touristy shit, because people tend to be like, you know, more extroverted when you're doing like touristy shit. Like if you're doing, you know, a walk or whatever, people are like more interested in engaging with other people. That's kind of part of the reason why they're doing it. It's like a social experience to begin with, as opposed to, you know, being at a grocery store where people are like kind of trying to get something done specifically and may not want to speak to you. Raptor says San Antonio really is a cool city though. There's buildings that were older than the US because of the Spanish settlers. If you know me, you know that I really fuck with old buildings, so I had a great time. That's very interesting. Old buildings, yes. It's also funny, like Savage is always like old, you know what I mean? He'll scoff at our old shit because our old shit is like 300 years old or whatever, maybe 400 years old. Their old shit is like Roman. You know what I mean? Like literally made by the Romans. Yeah, the ancient Romans. Yeah. Julius Augustus. That guy. Yeah. So it's like, so it's a little different. The scale's a little different, but I got you. It is definitely much older than anything I've got. Actually, I live in an old ass house. So not that old, obviously. But I definitely live in an old ass house. Bok Choy, yo, what is up, dude? What's going on, man? How you doing? Welcome in. I don't have a shout out prepared for you. I've never seen you stream. I followed you like 4 months ago and you've never done anything. Where's your stream? When are you gonna stream again? Ever? Are you gonna do sailing when it drops? Is that what's going on? Chilling, doing a little smithing. Oh, you are? Oh god, I'm so sorry to hear that. It's chill though. I'll give you that, but well, it depends on what smithing you're doing. I finished smithing literally right here. This is what I did for smithing. And I did it in free to play as well because I was balling on a budget, and I still am even. Bok Choice is sailing. Yeah. Oh, I got you. All right. I am not a sailing fan. I hope that it's good, but I have no interest in doing anything sailing oriented, at least not yet. Smithing.
Hope that the salvage loot is decent.
Because that way you have to actively do it as little as possible. Is that the idea?
That is correct.
Fair enough. Bok Choice says, I'm smithing Addy darts, bro. I don't even know why you would smith those. Are those like good for so that you can fletch later? Is that the idea? Like what's the plan there? This is why I'd love to go see some ancient Roman ruins. Well, I mean, all of their stuff is ruins now, I think, but but there's definitely stuff around. Koya says, is that the
dark tips isn't even profit? At least not right now.
Jungle Bells? Yes, it is. The Karamja music, Christmas music, I suppose. There's super AFK / break even price wise. Oh, I see. So it's just an AFK thing to smith, I think is the idea.
Yeah.
Modern Age Sage says no Savage today. He does, his own shit mostly. There's no telling. I've always bet. So one thing that you might not know, being that I've been streaming RuneScape for like literally 14 months straight or whatever, the whole like design of the channel, right, is I mostly play games solo, and every now and then there's a game that Savage will join me on. It was like, it started out as like me solo, and then like every other game ish is when Savage would join me. It's just that RuneScape was one of the games that Savage would join me on. So if you didn't know that, it would seem like Savage is always part of the stream, but that's not true at all. It's very, very far from that, actually. He's always around, usually just in the chat. But the only reason that he's like live hot on the mic is because he has something to say about this game. Same with Saku, right? Saku's an extremely experienced RuneScape player. And we try to keep the conversation mostly oriented around RuneScape, unless we're just like bullshitting or whatever, right? I don't just like have everybody just like coming through and like talking about whatever they want to talk about. Like that was a little bit, it wasn't like a problem exactly, but it was a direction I swerved against because it was like weird to have, side conversations that doesn't have anything to do with the stream going on that we also have no way of like having context for and stuff like that. It was a little weird in my opinion. But as long as we keep it to RuneScape, I think it's mostly fine. But yeah, Savage is certainly not here, and I wouldn't even expect Savage to be here like half the time, to be honest. Net, because I mean, realistically, if I'm streaming 50 hours a week, I can't ask someone else to be there for even half that reasonably, which is another reason why I don't have a bunch of mods as well, because I feel like in order to have like a mod team cover even like single coverage for the entire stream, it would be like most reasonable to talk like 4 hours at a time, which on the scale of some 50 hours is like what, 12 mods or whatever. Like in order to have a mod team, I have to have 12 mods with perfectly lined up schedule. Like it's fucking ridiculous. Like I have to go from 0 to a million of them, I feel like, in order to like responsibly distribute the labor in a way that is like, amenable to, life schedules and shit like that. I just stream too much for something like that, I think. And also I don't feel like I need to do it because I can moderate the channel pretty okay for the most part. I haven't really had any problems anyway. Ruby says, I love the UK for the historic buildings and walkable cities. I don't know anything about the UK, I'm gonna be honest. As far as like, I mean, I've said this before as well, right? Like, I don't know anything about traveling. I know that the public transit is very, very good in like Tokyo, but other than that, I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm like very stupid, very much American. Ruby says Edinburgh in Scotland is so beautiful. Edinburgh, Scotland, excuse me. I wouldn't even know. I know that it's very famous. That's one of the cities that I do recognize by name. Union Raptor says, it's just here for Savage Panda's just a bonus. I've heard similar things before. Or not necessarily heard in so much as interpreted or whatever. And I'm here for it, to be honest. I agree. Savage is very, very funny. There's a reason why, if we go through like my entire clips playlist, he's there for like 80 to 90% of them, even though I would guess that like as far as being live on the mic, he's only around for around 50-ish% of the RuneScape experience, just because he's the funny guy. He's a very, very funny guy. And he and I actually have good banter as well. Black Choice is probably going to do some Red Prison on the GIM soon. Oh, God. That's an important grind, though. Saku completely skipped it as a regular iron. But for a GIM, which is to say a group Iron Man, you can do a lot of good for your entire group by even just like carving out. Well, actually, can you trade shards in a group iron? I wonder if that's a thing. Maybe you can.
You cannot trade untradables in a group iron.
I see. So you can trade the enhanced weapon seeds and stuff, but not the actual shards themselves. Interesting. So it would only help if you actually got the drops that you want. That sucks. But it will help to have like average luck, if you will.
Makes it that you don't have to farm the shards yourself, but the other dudes in your team will have to.
Mm-hmm. The homie Procy line is another streamer. He plays a lot of RuneScape as well. He's in a group iron and did the Red Prison grind recently. Well, I say recently. I'd say he finished it recently, really. And he ended up getting 4 enhanced weapon seeds and just got his 5th armor seed. So he got way, way lucky on the enhanced weapon side and was super unlucky on the armor side. So he was definitely trapped there for way longer than he wanted to be. Black Choice is so valid. Nope, you can only give the seeds. Yeah, trying to get one person in our group that's missing enhanced. They're like 600 dry now. I don't know how deep Procy ended up going. Let's see. We'll check. Pretty sure we can. Do I have him on my friends list? That's like the one thing that I'm the worst at is like I don't add people all that often. I think his name is just Procylot though. Doesn't seem like it. Oh wait, you can have spaces in your name, right? Maybe there's a space there. Nope. Yeah, I don't know what his name is. Unfortunate. But yeah, no, he definitely was not doing the best. His mental was definitely breaking at some point. And as soon as he got the armor seed, he just was like, you know what? Fuck this. like stopped playing for a while, for like 2 or 3 months or whatever. He got the armor seed. He was like, fine, I'm done. Rock Choice is that Greenlock CG at 280 KC, so I did get pretty spooned. I forget what the rates are like. Definitely doesn't seem bad though. Great Greenlog. Do you mean like pet and all? Holy shit. That's actually crazy. Rock Choice is, yeah, that's a Red Prison for you. Yeah, I've still not even really done it myself, obviously. As a main, I just simply don't need to. I kind of wanted to experience it at least a little bit, just to the point that I could say that I know how to do it and I could get better at it, you know? Like something like 50% success rate at Corrupted Gauntlet would be enough for me, I think, to be satisfied. Yeah, you also got the pet? Hell yeah. But that was... my hype for that was mostly as I was playing RuneScape, you know, earlier on when it looked like we were going to be doing a group iron. Now it seems less and less likely that that is going to be the case. mostly because we don't have like a roster to fill out as well. Like it would be Savage and I, and kind of like that's it. As far as like people that we were like, oh yeah, absolutely, you should join us or whatever, or like that we're trying to actively recruit or anything like that. Because obviously most of the people that we know are either irons already, Sisaku, or in a group iron already as well, which I really don't want to like, you know, take somebody who's already in a group iron and be like, this group iron's more important. You know what I mean? Like, seems kind of messed up. Doc choice is 1 in 400 for the enhanced, 1 in 800 on the pet, and 1 in 50 for armor seeds. Okay, so the armor seeds are not that bad. 1 in 800 for the pet. Interesting. So it's actually strange, if anything. I mean, Procy high rolled the enhanced weapons seeds, but still, it seems like strange that he didn't get the pet by the end of it, to be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to join the group iron and then not put my entire focus on it.
And I feel like by virtue of that, you wouldn't want to like invite someone who's in a group iron already, because they necessarily would have to at least split their time between the groups, unless one of the groups is just like fully inactive or something like that. Back choice says, yeah, you need to committed people. My group is just 4, but one of them doesn't boss at all. That's interesting. I don't know. Gauntlet was one of the things that I really wanted to do. If I was in a group iron, I would want to do, like, I have a crippling mental thing in my life, just generally, I think, where I feel like I need to be of value, particularly to other people. And one of the things that I could definitely do that is demonstrably helpful to other people is by doing the gauntlet grind, which I know other people wouldn't want to do. And it's something that like I feel like is, you know, incontrovertible like aid, right? Like if I get everybody's, you know, Bofas plus, you know, crystal armor or whatever, like that is a market improvement that is, you know, I guess incontrovertible, you know what I mean? It's just something that's like definitive, demonstrable, like you definitely helped in a way that other people would be greatly inconvenienced if they didn't do, or if I didn't do that. And there's other things obviously that help similarly, like getting a dragon warhammer and stuff, but most things aren't as significant in a lot of ways. Though it does depend, right? Because like Song of the Elves is not a quest that you can do super duper early. You have to like, it's literally a grandmaster, like, so you have to go through a decent amount, but it would still be, I think, my target if I were in a group iron. I think that would be the thing, because it does matter to me a lot that I am helpful in some way that is like concrete. Black Joy says, yeah, they're a hardcore skiller though. She's got 2k plus total in like 5 months or less. Jesus Christ. Black Joy says, I actually enjoy Corrupt Gauntlet in moderation, mostly because Dungeoneering was my favorite skill in RS2 back in the day. Yeah, I've never played RuneScape with Dungeoneering. As far as I'm aware, these are the only skills that I'm even familiar with in RuneScape, like RS2 back in the day. But I'm just not sure. Back in the day, I only played free to play, right? I played as a member for the first time just about a month or a year ago today, maybe a little more than that, a year and a month is when I entered membership for the first time, something like that. And I've experienced all of membership by virtue of that in real time. Like there's nothing in this game that I was super familiar with. I knew that dragon armor existed, right? Was about the sum of my knowledge. So like anything that wasn't free to play before, I have absolutely no idea about. And even in free to play, I played maybe half of the quests, certainly not Dragon Slayer. And let me see, what else? I played probably half the quests, not Dragon Slayer, and the highest skill that I ever got would have been like just barely used, I think. Yeah, something like 60. I feel like 60 or 70 was the number that I got for woodcutting, and that was the furthest that I had gotten in a skill by like probably 50% or something like that. By like I remember wearing adamant gear, and I think I remember cutting down yews at some point. Bok Choice says, that's honestly cool coming into the game that fresh when it's this old. Oh yeah, no, it was definitely a very new experience for me from top to bottom. That's something that I actually have greatly appreciated. I have a very, very strong affinity for RuneScape now. A lot of respect for this game, and even just like the history of it as well. But by virtue of that, I also have a lot of caution. I'm very concerned to see the game change as much as it has been changing as of late, particularly with the new skill, sailing. I don't want it presently, and I'm not convinced that it will be good long-term for the game either. Hey, Wyvern and Booze, what's up? Booze says, damn, look at that prayer level. Yeah, we did it. We've got one level left. We stopped at 98, and like as soon as I hit 98, because we don't know how much prayer we're gonna get through Slayer and also through fossils in Volcanic Mine. And I don't want to waste the bones, basically, so I'm just holding on to the rest of the bones, and we'll sell them back when we're done with it, basically, is kind of the plan. So yeah, I don't have anything. We've been talking about Joy this whole time. Hello. But I don't have anything really to say about your stream because I still haven't been able to see it. But I do know that you will stream again one day, presumably. Sorry. Sorry, misclick. I do need mods. I'm terrible. Sorry. But yeah, Bokchoy. Definitely, I wouldn't say like a friend of the stream per se, as so much as friend in other streams. I've seen him a lot in various other chats, and he's definitely a very, very fun person to hang around. I've also played a little bit with him, I think, once in Marvel Rivals, but definitely not synchronously or anything like that. My princess, what did I do? You were the victim of my misclick, is what you were. That's what you did. You were a victim.
You were in front of my misclick.
And you're goddamn right. In Dark Souls, they consider it an RPG technically, because it is kind of like a JRPG in a way. It's like an RPG. What role am I playing? The victim? Yeah, kind of. Bokchoy says, I'll stream again, don't worry. I just got stuff going on IRL. Sure. Heard that story before. Bokchoy says, most people share your view, honestly. Majority of people have never experienced a new skill at all, which makes them very wary considering that they compare it to how RuneScape ended up. Yeah, RS3 in particular. There's definitely a good amount of caution that I have. My thing is like, it's been so long that OSRS has existed without any new skills. So this new skill really needs to be, in my opinion, better than all the skills that exist in the game, which is already like a borderline impossible standard. Like, and it's just not even close to that level at present. I'm just not thrilled by the very concept of sailing, to be honest. And there's a bunch of things that I don't like about it. Max level in this game is 2277, but with another 99, it will not be that. It'll be 2380 or 65 or whatever, which is just not a very good number. 2277 is like a perfect number. Like it's not a palindrome or anything, but you get what I'm saying. Like it's got a nice pattern to it and everything.
2376.
Yeah, thank you. Who's this?
Plus 100 minus 1.
Boost says, how dare you use my excuse? Yeah, I've heard that story several times before, I would say.
For me, the reason is if you have every skill at base level and you train only one skill to level 69, you have a total level of 100. Adding sailing will ruin that.
It will, indeed. And the skill that you train to level 69 obviously can't be hit points, but otherwise, yes.
Yeah, not hit points. Good luck training hit points.
To 69 without training anything else, yeah, it would be a pretty impressive feat, but I think in theory it would be possible, but only through some like weirdo training method or whatever.
Yes, through AFKing and grabbing all the genie lamps. Surely.
Something like that would work, yes. Boostus, did you see what Pyro got yesterday? I certainly did not. Wyvern is another streamer, another friend of the channel. Mostly has been playing the Sims games, from my experience. But also is a Stardew enjoyer, because obviously Stardew is one of the best games, one of the single best games ever made. Shish me. Shish.
Shish kebab.
I opened your channel because I wanted to hear... No, I wanted to see what other games you had been playing, but I don't see any. But Stardew and The Sims are the two big ones. Wyvern has been romancing the Grim Reaper and Santa Claus in like 2 major playthroughs, but their biggest one, which I think is their current playthrough, is it's like 100 kids or something, like maximum children, minimum time.
Even
is the
more
idea.
iconic duo, Death and Santa Claus.
Well, it was Wyvern's character, a witch lady,
Yeah.
marrying each of them. She divorced the Grim Reaper for Santa Claus, which seems like a questionable choice, to be honest. At the very least, because I'm sure Death is actually pretty vengeful, but you know. Wyvern says I'm barely a streamer, let's be honest. I feel that. That's sometimes it be like that though. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just gotta follow somebody and then be surprised when they're live. That's the thing. Them's the breaks. Like, oh shit, hey. I gotta take my opportunity to be here because I don't know when you're gonna be live again. Who says he finally got the Fang at TOA? Oh, good for him. It's like well and truly overdue at this point. That's actually awesome. That's huge. I pray to God it was on his group iron and not on his fucking mage, because that would not do him any good. Who says he was grinding for like a year and a half? Yeah, that's true. He also switched up to his main and stuff to like grind up instead. Yeah, it's on the iron. Okay, good. Wyvern says, no, the Grim Reaper is in its own universe from the Santa save. Yeah. All right, sure. I thought you went from one to the other, but maybe that's actually reality as well. I thought that you were with the Grim Reaper, and then when the Santa Claus showed up, you switched. Wyvern says, Death really is supreme partner though, hands down. Oh yeah. See, the thing about Death that you guys might not know in the Sims games is that he doesn't have any like needs as like a person, as a character. He doesn't like need to like fill his attributes up or anything like that. So he can just dedicate all of his time to like child rearing or whatever. It's actually fantastic. Who says, anyway, gotta get ready for work, be back in like an hour. Don't worry about it, man. I'll give you a shout out as well, because you have streamed recently enough. I have like a little bit of a like, you have to stream within this amount of time before, or I'm gonna be shouting out people that will never stream again. Bok choy. Bok choy says, I think what will really make sailing good is hopefully they give it good rates. Otherwise they nailed it, making it feel like OSRS pretty well. Oh, it's an extreme sailing doomer. Okay. I know that the alpha is available. I haven't done it at all yet. I don't know what the rate is like though, to be honest. I'm just not familiar.
Rate is not really, like you can't really examine the rates because there's only the first 30 levels.
I see. So you don't really know yet anyway. Fair enough. Bruce says, damn, I must be so close to that cutoff. You probably are, yes. But we'll do one more for you. Don't worry. Our Wyvern says, to be honest though, my kitty had surgery and wouldn't eat on her own, so my time was being stolen by hand feeding my cat all her meals. That makes a ton of sense to me, yeah. It's the most important thing going on in your life, obviously. Bok Choice says, oh, the alpha like just closed and they haven't finalized the experience rate, etc. Okay. Interesting. When a new skill launches or a new method launches or whatever, there's always like, you got to get in there and see for yourself, because sometimes it'll be like busted good and sometimes it'll be busted terrible and you don't know which. So you have to capitalize when it's good and ignore it when it's bad and hope that it gets better. It just depends. Shout out to Mixology. But yeah, Boozmont is another streamer. He actually uses his real face instead of being a VTuber like just about everybody else that I mentioned, except for Cam. Cam uses his face too. The 16th is for his birthday. His birthmas is on the 16th. Of which month? I'll never tell. But yeah, he mostly just plays RuneScape. Lots of TOA. He's very familiar with high-level content in the game in general, particularly like raiding stuff. He likes TOB, he likes TOA, he likes Cox. He wants to learn all of them to a highly proficient level. He's already quite good at TOA. He's done his solo 500 clear already without dying. And he cruises right around 405. So that's his comfort invocation, I would say. And he's still looking for a regular group to do TOB with, and he's trying to master every single role as well, but he's gotten most of it down, I think, at this point. It's not 100% success rate or nothing crazy yet, and he certainly hasn't been tackling hard mode or even Cox challenge mode for that matter, but he's well on his way. I would say that he's my like tap for high level rating content, particularly. Bok Choice says, I need to learn to butterfly Akka. He knows how to do it. He could show you. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, it's like literally just if it's like a diamond. I mean, I've seen him do it dozens of times, and I'm sure you've seen people do it too. It's like literally just attack on the top or the bottom, depending on which cycle you're doing, because you're either going clockwise or counterclockwise, and then you don't attack on the other one. Well, I guess it depends on what perspective you have. Which one's the top or which one's the bottom. But yeah, that's gotta it. But yeah, it is a little bit hairy getting it set up. But other than that, it doesn't look terrible to me. You just need to be very consistent with your clicks. And I would definitely fuck that up completely, personally. Koya says, I like the Sailing Alpha too. Same reason I also like Slayer. Game tells me what to do, I follow it. Happy. Octoy says, my problem is more so camera placement, to be honest. So sometimes I accidentally click on them. Ah, I see. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't know how to solve that without doing something like really weird. You could do like shift click to walk here. Not the like change toggle run shift click, but you get what I'm saying, where like you can't click on them when you're doing the movement part of it, because it's more important than you move than you attack. Or you could do the opposite, where you're making it so that they always. Yeah, you got what I'm saying. That would be probably the direction that I would go with it, unless you can just change, because obviously if you're doing a top-down camera, right? If you're doing this, you won't ever click on them. It'll be fine because they'll always be behind you. I've only ever seen, whenever I've seen somebody do it, Akka, butterfly, I've always seen them doing it from the same perspective. So they do definitely settle into like, you know, they're always looking north specifically, so that it's always the same places that they're clicking. So I bet that will be part of it as well. Just settling on like, this is where I like to have my camera and this is what I'm going to do for the entire fight or whatever. Just have the camera set in exactly the same place and never move it. Bok Choice says, oh yeah, top-down camera is easy. I just don't want to get used to the top-down camera too much for stuff, making it harder on myself. I hate playing the game like this. This is the optimal way to play the game for many things, including even what I'm doing now to some degree. But I hate it. I hate it so much. I'd much rather be able to see my character doing stuff like this. I kind of like set it up somewhat for like a viewer experience, if you will. So I hate the top-down camera personally, but it is like truly optimal for stuff like Herblore. And honestly, I would not play, well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go so far as to say that I wouldn't play this game at all, but the fact that I'm using RuneLite and can do a top-down camera is a huge asset. It's a huge asset. There's a lot of stuff like that by virtue of RuneLite that to me make the game cumulatively unplayable without, you know, shift clicking, changing things, shift to changing your left click to drop, that all these kinds of things, like having to do this, like this game is in the modern era and it shouldn't inconvenience you in such ways all the time forever, is my opinion. I could not. I refuse, in fact. No thank you. Don't stop it. Just fucking stop it. You're embarrassing yourself. Bok Choice says, like, I get it because all MMOs are like that. Oh yeah, I wouldn't play without RuneLite. Yeah, no. If they said today, RuneLite is banned, you get to use the official Jagex launcher, I'd be like, well, I guess we didn't max. Sorry, guys. I guess we're gonna play different games. Sorry, we have to move on to Elden Ring or something. You know what I mean? We're just gonna play a fun game instead because there's no fun allowed here. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. I just don't look, man, I can't be asked. I got important things to do, like not right click every single item that I want to drop or something. Like, please, God. Oh, sorry, I didn't even see your jar, Ruby. I missed it. I'm slacking. Doc Choice says, if they banned RuneLite, the player base would make sure they experience bankruptcy. There's probably some truth to that. That's one thing that I really like about this community in particular, the Runescape space, is this is a collection of players. Obviously, a lot of them are new, right? But this collection of people only exists because they played RuneScape 2 and maybe even RuneScape 3 and decided, no, we like the old game better, and they stopped playing. And that affected the bottom line to the point where Jagex was like, oh, well, what if we make a legacy server? And people came back and it's become extremely popular. And I think it's even more popular than RuneScape 3, but I don't have numbers. And that, I think, is very much important for Jagex to consider whenever they're making any changes that can alienate, you know, the core of the player base. Is what I'll have to say, because they've quit once before, and I think that that is telling. Our choices, oh yeah, we don't take shit at all. Just look at how many times they've adjusted the Delve boss rewards. We're loud as fuck. Yeah, it's a real problem.
I wouldn't mind if they stopped allowing Runelight. However, before I get shot by 100 snipers,
Yeah.
The official client would have to be of the same quality as Runelight, and I know that's not going to happen.
Right. I mean, it would be easier to make the official client Runelight, to be honest, but
yeah, that would be easier.
But yeah. But it's not Runelight that I'm married to specifically. It's the idea that the Runelight functionality, that's the thing. I would like it better for it to be Runelight because it's closer to like open source and can have people like make their own plugins and shit like that. But yeah, as long as it's lossless, I wouldn't mind, to be fair. Yeah. Because I imagine that you just can't do plugins on the official client. I just don't know though. I wouldn't know. I don't fucking use it. Like
I don't think there's plugins.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all, but I'm not.
Like they added some stuff on the mobile version of RuneScape. Like you can mark tiles now.
Oh, nice. That is pretty pleasant.
But I think it's still far removed from Runelight.
I mean, if the bar is marking tiles, yeah, they got a long way to go. Yeah, I would say.
Like I don't have the menu entry swapper on mobile.
It probably matters more on mobile than it does everywhere else too. I wonder what the mobile UI even looks like. Yeah. Sue says also menu entity swapper works on mobile pretty okay. Oh, it does.
Wait, it works? How do you do that?
Just hold, must be. They do have menu entry swapper. I was using it to pickpocket yesterday. Good. Wait, pickpocket? Why are you pickpocketing?
But there's another way to pickpocket without menu entry swapper.
Sue, why are you pickpocketing?
But like, am I able to, for example, swap the wear on the crafting cape for teleport? Is that something you can do on mobile?
Sue, you know that the Rogue's Castle exists, right? Sue says you can. Yes.
Oh, that's okay. That's a +1 for the mobile client, I guess.
Sue says I was pickpocketing Myers. Oh, okay. That's fine, I guess. So you're not really doing it for experience in so much as for money. That's fine.
Yeah, technically you can already swap the pickpocket by hiding attack options.
Wait, if you're doing it for money, the Rogue's Castle is even better. Wait a second. You're not tricking me. Hold on, I'm not stupid. Rogue's Castle's fantastic. Just don't get fucking PK'd. Just don't get PK'd. It's fantastic. I made like, I don't know how much money actually, genuinely, but I probably made like 30 mil doing Rogue's Castle. Sue says I'm not doing Rogue's Castle on mobile.
Entries.
I mean, it's not hard. If you got an menu entity swapper, I don't see why you wouldn't, to be honest. You're not trying to fight anyway. All you need to be able to do is log out and click on a chest.
Entry swap?
The chest by default doesn't do the pickpocket. the like you don't, if you left click on the chest.
What I mean is, how do you swap menus on mobile?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Doc choices, it's true most PKers are bad. It's not even most PKers. The people that PK that are like actually good at the game don't spend time at the Chaos Altar or Rogue's Castle. Sue says there's just an option in settings, menu something.
Ah. I'll look for that next time.
Doc choices, they've actually been working on a lot with RuneLight devs to make certain things official. That's great. Good. Helps they're paying them too. Because it's only fair, right? But Surreal is another RuneScape streamer, another VTuber as well, trying to max before sailing comes out, just like I am, well in advance of where I am, as you saw a second ago. I actually had a higher total than Sue. They're at 2178, and now I'm at 2154. So the gap is widening. But Sue is, is able to play off stream, and by virtue of that is able to scale well ahead of where I am. As you might tell, they're also done with the worst skill, being Slayer, as far as like time sync goes. We're exactly tied for rune crafting, and I happen to be done with agility while they still have a lot of agility left to do. So that's kind of the trade-off between Sue and I. But being that Sue is willing to invest around 400 mil into maxing, I feel like Sue's going to have no problem getting there well before I do. But if she's not going to do Rogue Castle for thieving, she's certainly not going to make some extra money. Definitely sure. Sue says, then you long tap and release will pull up the drop down menu and a little button on the top right of the menu to move the options around. Jesus Christ. They definitely don't get any points for, simplicity is what I'll say, but all right. At least it exists in the mobile version. Bok Choice says, every time I'm farming Calvarian and some random PKer and Mystics while my ass is in monk robes is just like question marks and walk away. Like, brother, go do something else. Dude, he cares. Oh my God, dude. I really, really struggle to like imagine the world where like PKing makes the most sense to me, to be honest. Especially like depending on what it is that they're trying to get from you. Like at least in the Rogue's Castle, it makes sense because like Rogue's Castle, that dude could have been there for hours and his pockets are full. Agility, Wilderness Agility Arena or course, I get that too. Like you could be there for ages and ages. You're probably 60 laps deep to begin with, right? That sort of makes sense. But like the Chaos Altar, which is what I was doing for my prayer, right? From here to there, you can get at most 60K from me. That's the most that you can get.
And because of the 200 people that go there at one time, there is one idiot that is going to use the unnoting NPC.
I get that. But you can tell when they're that guy as well, as opposed to when they're not that guy. And
but they don't want to tell.
Yeah, no, they just want to kill anybody. And that's fine. I kind of get that too. Another PKing thing that makes sense to me is if we're talking about the resource area, this dark craft slot, that makes a ton of sense to me as well. No telling how much that guy has, right? He could have a million fucking dark craft, right? But like most other things, especially when you're like fighting a boss, the odds that you have very much on you at all is pretty low, and the odds of you stopping someone from getting away from you is basically zero. Like Calvarian and what's his name? Spindel, and like you said, oh no, I'm sorry. Calvarian's the guy that you were saying. I'm thinking Archeo, right? Artio, Calvarian, and Spindel, all three of those dudes, like, you're not gonna stop me from getting away. Like, it's just not gonna happen, right? Is that a huge level? 89? I don't think so.
Mostly Artio.
Yes, Artio is easily the flightiest of them all. But even the other two, I think, like, you've got a pretty good chance, pretty good head start on getting away from them. Bok Choice says only one is Scorpia. Oh, yeah. But like, what are you gonna get? You gonna get my fragment of the malediction ward? Is that what you're? You need that odium ward fragment from Scorpia, second hand? Is that what you're going for, PK? Like, okay, cool. I don't know if that's worth it exactly, but good job, I guess. Good shit. Sue says, one thing you need to learn about me, Panda. I don't like consistent money. I'm searching for big ticket drops like blood shards. That explains why you're balling on such a budget. I'll give you that, Sue. Damn. Blood shards, huh? You know how much better blood shards are after you finish getting the thieving cape, right? like it's a substantial increase in quality of life. Bok Choice is gonna get my 50th set of black D hide. Yeah, from killing a person in the wilderness. That's like what you're going to acquire more than anything else. Oh my God, dude.
Enjoy your less than forecast loot.
Yeah. And Vorgath is like a 2-minute kill, dog. Like just, it's like a scripted
Less
encounter.
than 2 minutes.
Oh my god, dude. I fucking love Vorgath too. I fucking love fighting that dude. It's so rewarding in my opinion. I feel like the music's just a little bit loud again. Let's go back to, that's fine. 20. But yeah, I don't like PKing, obviously. I would much rather add to the world than subtract from it. And I think that PKing is a way of, I mean, it's necessarily griefing other players. That's kind of the experience. Whereas instead you can add things to the game, which I think is just better. Rock Choices, I think you get 130 kills on my GIM with 80 plus stats. Got a Dragon Hunter Lance though? Yeah, 130 seems right to me. Dragon Hunter Lance is huge. Obviously you gotta get fucking 95 Slayer to get that shit, but you know, you can kill him without the Dragon Hunter Lance. I just wouldn't do that. And as a main, you could just buy the Dragon Hunter Lance. It's fine.
Fang kill is like 2 minutes to 2 minutes 30.
Fang is? Okay.
Yeah, that's about my kill time.
Hmm. Yeah, I would much rather deal with a Dragon Hunter Lance than a Fang. That's for sure. Do you use the Burning Claws for spec?
Yeah.
I see. It makes sense.
I go to house after every kill to refill the claws.
Mm-hmm. No light bearer though. Sue says, all I really need to do is finish the Fremennik Way combat achievement. That's the one where you kick him in the dick. Doc Choice says, yeah, I use Burning Claws too. They're so good. They're like weirdly stacked. I don't understand why they made the Burning Claws as good as they are as a spec weapon goes. They're like kind of just as good as Dragon Claws forever now. Like, I really don't get it. Sometimes they're better than Dragon Claws even, which seems like a mistake to me, but you know, I don't know. Whatever, I guess.
They also glitch the Moons of Peril health bars.
Mm-hmm. Is that like a substantial glitch or does it just look funny?
It just looks funny.
Yeah.
It's the TOA Eclipse set burn all over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna say same thing happened at Warden, right?
It's just the health bar flashes between full and empty.
I see. No, Booze is in here. He would be the one that I should ask. I had a question about TOA, specifically like the Warden, like heart phase where you're DDS speccing it, right? If you used a red gem partisan spec on that, would that increase the max hit? Is that how that works? You see what I'm saying? Because that's what it does, right? It increases the damage that you do.
Yeah, I have to check that spec. I don't know what that does.
I think it makes
Garrus Partisan of Corruption.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for hanging out, Bokjoy. Watching a movie with a friend? All right, man. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by. And, you know, we'll be doing more of this, probably. More than anything else. Herblore. Oh, God. I fucked it. Completely.
75% of a player's special attack energy. The special attack for the next hit provides a 100% increase to accuracy and 25% to the player's damage. Your target hit by the spec will also receive 25% increased damage for 10 ticks.
For 10 ticks.
So I think that would work with the DDS specs.
Mm-hmm. But it's only 25% damage, so not worth it at all, I don't think. I think you'd be better off just using your own DDS.
I think you would need a huge party for it to be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Like a party of 8.
Yeah, something like that.
And one Garrus Partisan of Corruption.
Mm-hmm.
But it might not matter either way because it's still going to be 2 or 3 cycles if nobody dies.
Right. Sue says, with Slash Focus Armor coming out, I think D-Claws will come out on top again. Unless you have like 6 other people, it's basically worthless, sure. Yeah, I do know about the Slash Armor coming out. Similar to the Inquisitor set, but Slash instead. You can use the Burning Claws on Slash, but obviously the Dragon Claws have better stats. like just straight up better stats. So I imagine them on Slash would be better. But if you hit, you hit. So I don't really know if that matters. Koya says, so a random player just went to me during a Calpite quest, gave me equipment tips, went away, came back, traded me equipment, complimented me, gave me more tips and left. What even? They could tell that you were new to the game, Koya, and people like new players and like helping new players do stuff, especially if they're doing Slayer. Yeah, it's like, imagine watching someone do something the hard way. Sue says it's like what we're doing. Yes. When you see someone do something the hard way, the like moral imperative, if you will, is to stop them, show them the right way to do something, and then move on with your day.
What did you get?
Yeah, what did you get? Good question. Obviously, it wasn't a partisan. Which would be best in slot, I think. Fucking love that thing. I truly do. It's one of my favorite weapons in this whole game. It's got the big funny number.
2270 total levels.
Oh, did you just level up again?
No, I just noticed that from yesterday.
I see. Yeah, man, you're very close. Very, very close. And then in 4 months, you'll be very far. Amulet of Glory, Adamant Boots, Combat Bracelet, and Adamant Scimitar.
Okay.
I mean, that is definitely better.
Good choices.
Yeah. It does cause me just a little bit of pain. It's like, damn, that's what an improvement looks like, huh? Don't put your Adamant Scimitar on stab. Leave it on slash.
The scimitar is not a stabbing weapon.
You can stab with it, but you shouldn't.
I repeat, it is not a stabbing weapon.
You really shouldn't. It's not worth getting the shared experience. Just level up strength first. It's fine.
The dragon scimitar has a +8 to stab.
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of like a black dagger or whatever. I feel like I remember looking that up, and it's like, yeah, dragon scimitar on stab is basically black dagger. So don't do that. Don't. It's not worth it. Bogus says, yeah, luckily I know that. It's worth.
I think the funniest thing we
repeating.
discovered is that a best in slot T-bow setup in ranged is less good than punching a cow.
Yes, you're better off kicking a cow to
In
death
no
than using
gear.
a T-bow. Yeah. Best in slot T-bow, not against cows. It isn't. My foot is better, literally better. The T-bow's special effect is that it does more damage against enemies with high magic. Koya says, I didn't even notice it gave me coins too. Damn. Koya's gonna
Wow.
get scammed one day. Koya just doesn't notice shit in the trade menu.
Yeah, he's just feeding you so that you can become rich, and then he can scam you.
Yeah, no shit. Koya says 100,000 coins. Yeah, that's not bad. Nice
That's
little
good starting cash.
bonus, yeah.
That's about what I gave to Kisune when he started first playing.
Oh god, you were there when Kitsune started playing?
Yeah, he spotted a dragon impling, and then he was like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's actually pretty good. This is a rare thing that gives a lot of stuff." So I captured the dragon impling and gave him the dragon bones that it had, and that's how he got addicted.
Yeah, well, he cleaned up. It's fine. He's only gonna play one more time, maybe. Is he gonna come back when
And
Tailing
then-
comes out? Do you know?
I don't think he'll come back.
I see. He's done.
And then he beat the game and gave me 700 mil. The best investment of my life.
True.
It only took 6 years to come to fruition.
That's still good year over year, though.
What hourly profit is that actually?
Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna
hourly
calculate
profit is dog, but year over year it looks good. Polio says, yeah, I did notice because I had coins in my inventory already. Sure. But you could see it in the trade menu, but I got you. Doesn't really matter what you're getting as long as it's free, but
13K an hour.
that's honestly for passive income, not bad. To be honest, 13K an hour, kind of good. How much time do you put in a friendship? Probably like minimum of like 10 minutes a day or something. So really it was like 13, that amount of 13K an hour, but for 10 minutes of effort or something. I'm sure that there's a way. Kolya says, I insisted on my one uncut gem I had as a cow fight loot, like I did when giving you a shark. Yeah, the token gift. It is kind of funny though. It's like there's definitely a world where as a token gift I get it, but there's definitely a world where it's like I would rather drop this gem on the ground than receive it from you. this is worth less to me than the bank slot. I would rather literally nothing. Kolya says the token appreciation because I can hardly trade something you could use. Yeah. The examine text for gems are actually still wrong. They'll say something like, if you cut this, it'll be worth more. That would be true if this game didn't have an economy, which it definitely does. And many people are gaining. Zeus is not if you're an iron. True, that's fair. But being a main, obviously, you benefit from selling people items that will give them experience, such as uncut gems that will give them crafting experience. Kolya says it's not much, but it's honest work mentality. Oh god. Skyrim wood cutting. I guess it would be wood splitting, technically. What a fucking trash can money making method, by the way. Splitting firewood, dog. It's like fucking miserable. Even in that game, as far as like honest pay for honest work options, there are way better, even non-combat ones. The first that comes to mind is doing the farms. Like you can pick farmers' crops, and it's not even stealing because you can give them the crops that you picked for them, and they'll pay you for it. And that'll take seconds and give you fucking 5 or 20 times as much money as one firewood split does or whatever. Shout out to Skyrim. You guys know what the Skyrim economy is like? Because I'm not sure that I do, to be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it 100. It's been a minute. All right, so no Tears of Gothics. Maybe we'll get construction lined up. We kind of want to do construction and Herblore, which is kind of awkward. I guess we want to do Herblore before construction by virtue of Herblore giving us most of the money back and construction being a complete loss.
Yeah, construction is a full stink.
Hmm. Well, this is funny, by the way. The player also had Savage in the name. Yet another
you
Savage.
open the sink and you let all of the money go out.
Yep. It's a conversion machine. It converts money directly into construction experience. And repetitive strain injury. You get both things. You gain RSI and construction experience. Congratulations. Do not pass go and do not collect $200.
Does text-to-speech say your name in a funny way too?
I don't know what text to speech would try to say my name as. I don't think I've ever heard it.
Oh. For me, it comes out as Saku Kon Paku.
That's pretty close. I think it says my name normally. I know Delta has a text-to-speech thing, but I don't know if it says your name in it. I don't use text-to-speech too often.
I know how to work magic on one specific text-to-speech voice.
Mm-hmm.
I can make it do vibration noises.
Oh, like a printer or something? Yeah.
Yeah. I can also make it drown.
Oh, good. Jesus. Place is close to 40 HP. I'll go until 50, I think, for now. 50 would definitely be a much more comfortable range for sure for Volcanic Mine. You could still definitely technically get stacked out at 50, but it'd be pretty... Well, it wouldn't be like a literal stack. You can get hit for by 2 things, I think, in any one... Well, 3 things in one click. But if you're praying ranged, the lava monster, I think, can only do 1. So the other 2 things can hit you for like probably as much as like 37 or something like that. I don't think you can get hit for more than that in 1 tick. Koya says I'd be less of a glass cannon. I mean, you're not even... You're made out of glass. I don't think you've got the cannon part. I'm gonna be honest. The cannon comes from being able to do damage potentially, right? Like you don't really... You're not really there yet, kid. Don't worry. You got a long way to go before you're there. You're just a glass. Koya says, I do damage to the rock. You do damage to the rock, but you don't have like glass cannon damage. You're like a glass pickaxe, I would say, or something like that. It's not quite this. I wouldn't go so far as to say cannon. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a little different.
Damage to the rock.
Yeah, in Volcanic Mine, you mine rock until it breaks. Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't have like a real true health bar, but it kind of probably effectively does behind the scenes somewhere. It's just invisible. Hey, Shiro. We'll do a flip for you in just 1 second.
This fine gentleman is Saku Konbaku, of course.
The Saku Kapaku, oh god, I'm doing a flip because of Wolf Lord Shiro. Who's this fine gentleman? I don't know if that's who he's talking about. Maybe. I know that Spot's here as well. And I don't know who Spot's looking at because one of his eyes is going to the right and the other's going to the left. That could be fucking anybody. But Wolf Lord
Get
Shiro...
the ceiling lamp.
Yeah, I hope not. He does have a bright flash in his eye, so maybe there is something to that actually. Wolf Lord Shiro is a variety streamer. He's been playing all kinds of different games for as long as I've known him, truly. For recent games, he's got Repo, obviously the new hotness. Everybody's playing Repo. Everybody loves that one. Minecraft, which is a staple. I don't know. Are you playing Minecraft with anyone that I know? I know that you were playing Minecraft with Beatrice at one point, I think. But I don't know if that's like a regular session that you've got going on. Of course, Marvel Rivals. He was our Winter Soldier, but I think he's playing somebody different nowadays. And Dead by Daylight. Wow. I haven't seen him ever play Dead by Daylight, but there's a brand new character being added to Dead by Daylight. Tokyo Ghoul, Kaneki Ken, I think is his name, or Ken Kaneki, depending on how you want to say it. Baldur's Gate 3, he was playing that with Cozy Goth GF and May May. I remember that at the very least. And also Monster Hunter Wild and Phasmophobia. So Monster Hunter was also a big game. Still is in some ways, but hype has died down tremendously, I'm sure. And Phasmophobia, not really my speed, but definitely a good, party game. It's nice that it exists on stream. Koyus is back to back. I imagine you got the same spot picture twice. I don't know. I missed it. Dio, hello, greetings. Oh, that's just their name. You should add the word shout out if you want to do a shout out to someone. Dio, or Dionysus of Veer, is another variety streamer. Definitely plays a good amount of RuneScape. If you've got an interest in another RuneScape streamer, very many different 3D models that they can very easily cycle through, that you can cycle through yourself with redeems. So I see only Slay the Spire and RuneScape here, but I've seen you play other games as well. Do I remember any of them? Not really. There was like a space diplomacy game. It looked like a 4X type of experience. But Slay the Spire is a fantastic game as well, if you guys haven't played it. I'm sure, Saku, you've played Slay the Spire, right? Seems like your speed. He's sleeping. It's fine. But Dio's relatively newer to RuneScape. But I would say they're like deep in the mid game is the scope of their experience from my perspective. Dio definitely has a lot of experience doing many different things, especially more niche types of content. I've never seen somebody do Shades of Morton so much before in my life. Dio's definitely that type of RuneScape player though. Dio will do whatever they feel like. Dio says OSRS has taken over a little bit for you. Has it? I see. That's fine. As you can see, it's kind of my main thing. It's kind of my main game, and it has been for a little while. At least during the week. Hey, Spot. That's what he looks like when it's too late at night. Churros, this day was a short but chill session of repo. I'm glad the new stuff I worked on. What? Oh, the new stuff I worked on worked. Yeah, like it worked at all. He's like, well, it worked. Yeah, no, I got that. I really haven't worked on anything new for the stream in a long time. So I'm glad to see that you're innovating, making new things happen. I've got a few things that are relatively new, I guess, but I haven't really developed my understanding. There's a lot of stuff that I could definitely do better. Like OBS is really like a massive toolkit that you could do anything with almost. Poitus is sleepy. Yeah, that's Spot right now. Shiro says Steve from Minecraft got lost and mined in. I don't know what you mean by that. Shiro says, that's on pause at the moment. The Minecraft thing until Beatrice finishes Resident Evil 7. I'm thinking of doing some Minecraft again though. As for Dead by Daylight, I'll pick that up when the update drops. Got you. So yeah, when Beatrice finishes Resident Evil 7, huh? She was only planning on doing that one time. She played that game once and was like, oh my god, it's a horror game? Get me the fuck out of here. Her chat had to schmooze her out in order to play for her to play it more. Crazy. She's like, the game's called Resident Evil. I didn't expect it to be scary.
Not like the past 5 games that were action.
Well, to be fair, 6 and 5 are very much action-based games. 4 less so, and 3 and 2 much less so.
4 kinda still is.
Yeah, but less than 5 though. 5 is like straight up.
Yeah, 5 is the pure action.
Yeah, and 6 is even more pure than that somehow. It's like a straight up B movie, like not thriller, but you get what I'm saying. Like action, it's like one action set piece after the next, all the way through the whole fucking game. Which I can say with confidence now, having watched Beatrice play through almost all of it. She ignored like 2 whole storylines, I guess. She played through the Leon route and the Ada route. She was like, I'm done. Shiro says you got the expression redeems, which are quite fun. Yeah, but that's like, that only took like a day to set up. And I still didn't even technically finish that. Probably should at some point, but I also care about it less now. So, you know, that's kind of the way it goes. Boy, is this still cursed? Actually, it's a One Piece reference. It's not cursed at all. How dare you? There's nothing cursed about it. You're just not cultured. God, how dare you? Don't ever speak to me or my One Piece ever again. I got a One Piece for you right here. Boy says, yeah, nah, One Piece doesn't speak to me.
It's worth 1 gold coin. It's 1 piece of gold.
I got it. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying, Saku. I high-key don't agree. Koya says One Piece doesn't speak to me, and I'm like, I just don't think that you've experienced One Piece. I'm gonna be honest. Like, there's a reason why it is as big as it is what I'll say. Okay, sure. If you told me that also shonen has never appealed to you, then I might believe you. Koya says, I'm picky on my art styles, and that's one reason why. Okay. I can understand why the first few episodes of the anime might not appeal to you, but you understand that the art style doesn't look anything like it used to now as well, right? Like right now, if you like animation and Sakuga in particular, One Piece is one of the best shows to watch, period. And it's not close. Like season 1 of One Punch Man, there's some episodes, some cuts in My Hero Academia, and all of fucking Wano. Sue says, I've gotten through all of season 1 and half of season 2, and I'm bored to tears with One Piece. I've been very consistent from the very, very beginning about my opinion on the One Piece anime. I wouldn't watch the One Piece anime. I've seen it. And I liked it through to Drum Island, which is later than that. I don't know what seasons, I don't even know what the seasons are in One Piece, to be honest. I know what arcs are, but I don't know what seasons are. But yeah, clear to Drum Island, I had a fine time. There was nothing wrong with it. But the manga is much better, especially with regards to pacing. Koya says, well, I haven't watched anime in many years either way, so I fell out of it entirely. Sure. Like I said, if you said the same thing about shonen anime in general, I would probably believe you. Sure says, Panda may send you a vid of what I mean by Steve getting lost. Okay, you can post it in the Discord if you want. But yeah, no, I've been very, very consistent about what I've said specifically. There is a lot of anime there, so if you want to watch a show that will take a long time, as is the case for RuneScape players, One Piece is good for that. But I don't necessarily like how big One Piece is as an anime is concerned. But with the more recent stuff, from like Whole Cake onwards, I think somewhere in there, the animation is good enough that it is well worth watching just for the animation itself. If you are like, you know, an animation type of person or whatever, there's definitely something to be gained strictly from that. And that has nothing to do with the character writing, the tone, the messaging, the lore, which is like actually deep and compelling compared to fucking any other thing, period. Like, people hate at the very end of Naruto, there's like a twist that happens, right? People hate that shit. And the reason why is because it comes out of nowhere and feels like it sucks the air out of the room in a lot of ways. One Piece is largely exactly the opposite of that. Like, largely exactly the opposite of that. Everything that happens in One Piece, sans a couple, in my opinion, relatively minor things later, is like built up and doesn't come from nowhere every single time. I don't know if I want to do that required word. I'm going to be honest. I guess we can. It's not the worst thing. I definitely don't like selling something. If I'm talking about something that I actually care about, saying that it's awesome repeatedly is not the way that I'm going to approach it. So I'm just not going to talk about One Piece anymore. Instead, we'll just say the word awesome. Like, I really hate being disingenuous, and that's like the opposite of how I am generally in my life. And saying the word awesome is not something that I like. First of all, I think it's one of those like extremely overused words in general. Like people will describe just about anything as being awesome in the same way that people will describe something as mid, but they mean to say that it's bad. Awesome is exactly the same way, and I feel exactly the same kind of, what's the opposite of kinship? Hatred, malice to the usage of the word awesome in that way. Theo says disdain. Sure. You can say that I have disdain for the word awesome. Sure. Anything that's like basically hyperbolic by its very nature, just it doesn't communicate things very well. It's just awesome is just a way of like obfuscating what you're actually trying to say.
Opossum.
Koya says, why would people use mid as bad? Because people are fucking stupid and don't understand what words mean, which is why I don't like the word awesome either. They'll say, oh wow, this show was mid, so it's not worth watching. And I'm like, that's not what mid means, to be honest. Like, at best, that's like below average, I would think. As far as like something being awesome, right? It could be like one of the best things of all time. But writing something off as simply mid and therefore not worth your time is, I think, unreasonable at best. It just doesn't make sense to me, to be honest. I understand if you're the type of person who's like, I only want to play the best things ever, and I'm not interested in playing anything that's anything less than the best. It needs to be truly awesome to be worth my time. And that's fine. But to me, what you're saying is you're not like, if we're talking about video games, right? You're not an awesome gamer. You're just like a casual observer of like games. Like you're just like, you know what I'm saying? Because like you can't appreciate how good something is. If it's truly awesome, you can probably get a good idea of how good it is in some capacity, but you won't be able to see how good it is without the context of what less than awesome games are even like, to be honest. Sue says it's like when people say literally. Yeah, literally has been co-opted just like awesome to not mean anything near what it originally did. And I get that language is alive and stuff, but when it comes to literally and awesome and mid, they're close to my pet peeves, where I just don't like them as words. Like people just don't use them in a way that I can appreciate. If somebody says that something is awesome, what that means to me is that I can't take what they say seriously. Really, ultimately, like they liked it is like the most that I get from it. I don't think it's anywhere near awesome, which is probably exactly what they intend as well. But that does mean that it's like if somebody starts speaking up a show, like how good it is, right? I'm not going to take them seriously. I'm just going to be like, okay, well, they thought that other thing was awesome. So when they're speaking up this thing, it just means it's on the plus side of average, probably. Koya says, I never understood why people use the skull emoji as a replacement for the like cry laughing emoji. Skull to me is bad, not funny emoji. I guess I understand what you're saying as far as like awesome shit goes. I don't know. It's not, I don't use emojis. It's like the long and the short of it. I don't care how people use them because they're not for me. Like there's nothing awesome about it to begin with. And like, I just don't have like the lexicon in me to even appreciate the emojis or anything like that. It's just not, like, from the very beginning it wasn't awesome, right? And it was never going to communicate anything to me really to begin with. So I just like, if you send me a message, especially a message that just has emojis in it, I'm just going to ignore it. Like there's no like awesome compelling thing that is being conveyed to me in any way. Like it's fully a waste of my time. It's like, oh, okay, first of all, you're too young to me to speak for me to be speaking to. That's number one. That's not awesome. Number two, you conveyed nothing to me at all. So I'm gonna like go back to what I was doing. Like checking my phone was a waste in this case. I have lost my time and it is gone forever. And that is not awesome. Sue says it's because of the I'm dead meme, I think. Sure, could be. Changes nothing from my perspective. But yeah, as far as that explanation goes, that might be of some value to Kolya. Still not awesome, though. Far from it. Kolya says, the what meme? I'm dead? Like I'm dying? Like it's so funny that I'm dying? It's not exactly awesome, but it's like, it's not even like a particular meme. It's just like what people say a lot. I mean, it might be a reference to an awesome meme somewhere, to be specific as well, but people just say I'm dead to communicate how something is funny. That just happens sometimes. Oh, and it was also awesome, I guess. Sure, whatever. Kolya's going off to Mauritania to kill some ghouls. It's not exactly an awesome task, but certainly is a task. I don't even know if you can kill ghouls without the silver sickle and shit like that. I don't know what kind of awesome requirements they have. I don't even know if those are ghouls that I'm thinking of with the druid pouch and shit like that. It's been a long time since I've had to deal with a not awesome task. I don't even know if I've done that task before, to be honest. Collier says I'm not really set with magic or range, so I'll be tagging after them. Meaning you don't have like magic or range gear, I guess is what you mean. I mean, I guess that's reasonable. I don't know how easy it would be to get set up with a new set of gear either. Also, that music is so fucking loud, Jesus. Koya's range level is 20. Koya just wants to do it with melee. Alright, well. Good luck. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever fought ghouls, being that they de-aggro you when they're low or anything. I don't know anything about that.
They de-aggro you when you're low, and then the next one attacks you. Yeah, they're really annoying to fight.
So it's a like singles area then?
Yeah, it's a singles area, and you get PJ'd by the ghouls that aren't attacking you.
I see. Oh, if you haven't been to Mauritania, can you even go there? You have to finish Priest in Peril to enter Mauritania, right?
If you can get the gold task, you can go to Mauritania.
I see. They wouldn't give you the task otherwise? Okay.
Yeah. Unless there's a goal outside of Mauritania.
I wouldn't know. I imagine not, though. That does seem like a Mauritania thing, but I wouldn't know.
South of Mortmire Swamp, north of Mortmire Swamp, and south of Slayer Tower. Aren't those like both the same thing?
Yeah, I was like, is it north of Mortmire Swamp, also south of Slayer Tower? Is that not the same place?
Oh, there's another spot directly south of the Slayer Tower.
Okay.
Like it's behind the gate.
So yeah, next to this fence then? Alright.
Yeah, there's like a fence in front of the Slayer Tower. It's to the west of there, at the entrance to that fence. And there is the spot that everyone knows that is next to the gate into the swamp.
Alright, so I think the plan is when we're waiting to buy these Renar unfinished potions, which are certainly not buying. We do Temporos, I guess, and just hope that we can get them for relatively cheap. And if we can't get them for cheap, that's okay. We can just buy them. Price that we can flip them, which will be for probably a slight loss, but not a huge deal. And then after we finish Herblore, it's construction, I guess. Which I don't think we have enough money for. Are you cooking the cramblon as you catch them? Or are you waiting until...
Absolutely not. That's
Okay.
gonna happen at the end.
Sure. Like probably after you max and everything?
Yeah, it's gonna be an AFK activity
Sure.
because I'm not Karambwan clicking.
Is that like a one-tick pun? Is that what's happening? Did you just say that?
I was not punning. I'm not clicking a Karambwan on a range tick perfectly.
I see.
No pun intended. I guess I'd buy an amethyst after I'm done with that AFK activity.
Amethyst? Oh, mining amethyst, right.
Amethyst.
Yeah.
Mine them, make dark.
Yeah. I was thinking amethyst as in like rubies and sapphires and shit. And I'm like, I don't think there are amethysts in the game like that, are there? But there aren't, but there also kind of are. It's weird that one gemstone is not like any of the other gemstones. I don't even know what amethyst ore looks like in your inventory or whatever. Is it even ore? It's not even an ore, right? It's not metal. Does it stack? Oh, I gotta relearn how to do Temporos too. Because it's been, I think, a clean few months since I've done Temporos at this point. Seems right. Have you logged into your OSAT, Saku? In recent memory?
Sorry, I'm back. You were talking to me.
You're good. You started an OSAT a while ago, right? Where you're doing like
Yeah.
mining first. Have you logged into them in any in recent memory?
Not recently. It's been a while.
I see. Do you have like a line, a path that you would follow if you were to start over as an iron or as a group iron or whatever? Do you know what you would do specifically? Like in what order?
I think I'd unlock Varlamore pretty fast.
Yeah, Varlamore seems pretty good. Moon's Apparel in particular, but also Hunter Rumors in general. I like Varlamore a lot, especially for early game, but also like it's got like kind of everything that you want, especially just in the Moon's Apparel dungeon, but even in the greater scope of the game, like a prayer potion stand-in, it's easier to get. Obviously you need to get fucking 83 Hunter, but that's kind of what you're doing there anyway, grinding that shit out.
I might rush the Hunter Sunlight Crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
And the Moonlight Bolts.
Yeah, you need high Hunter for those too, though, right? The Moonlight Antelope Boats.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, starting with Hunter seems like a great thing to do for both of those
92
things.
Hunter.
200?
92.
Oh, 92. Yeah, about halfway done is what I would say. It's pretty light work.
Just missing a 1 number.
Yeah, it definitely would take a little bit. But it seems like a good call. Yeah, definitely for me. Outside of Varlamore, is there anything in particular that stands out to you that you might do differently in particular? Like you wouldn't do Shades of Morton again, would you? Or would you for money?
I don't think I'd do the Urium Shades again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would kill 33,000 Chaos Druids to get 70 Prayer.
Yeah. Now that you can mine at Camtorum or whatever, it's at least more AFK that way. Obviously, you're not a hardcore this time as well in this theoretical.
Might use the Chaos Altar for the early 43 Prayer.
Yeah, that does make some sense.
If I'm not a hardcore, I might as well go Lava Dragons at the start.
Like pick up their stuff?
Like kill some Lava Dragons, get the bones, go to the altar.
Don't you have to be kind of strong to kill lava dragons?
You just need magic.
Oh, okay. Can you safe spot them?
Yeah.
I see.
They have no magic defense.
Hmm. I mean, dragons are always weak to magic, right? It's kind of one of their things.
Until Red Dragon.
Red dragons aren't weak to magic?
They have some defense and magic, I believe.
Oh, but I thought that they were weaker to magic than anything else. Sorry.
Oh wait, no. Red Dragons are still 1 magic. Okay, maybe it's Black Dragon. Yeah, starting at Black Dragon, they have magic defense. And magic levels.
Okay, so that's way later than I thought it would be, but I thought that they were still most vulnerable to magic as opposed to anything else. Does that make sense?
When you have a 1 magic level, you are most vulnerable to magic.
Okay, so yes. I guess we're gonna try and get our gear sorted for Temporos now. It looks like I do not have my Temporos gear. Is this my rogue stuff? Why do I have my rogue stuff?
You might have been pickpocketing at one point.
I guess.
What are you gonna do with that?
I'm gonna put it in my house, I think. Which is where I think I'm going, because I'm pretty sure I don't have the stuff that I need for my Temporos. So this... no need to cook things, I don't think. I should definitely check. What are my fucking
Check your
notes say?
tackle box.
My tackle box has stuff, do you think?
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh. Well, it can hold the outfit.
Yeah, it can, but I'm not that smart. Sue says, oh, and Kolya, don't worry about picking up your ammo. They're 6 gold each. Yeah, no shit. All right, so here we go. Fish 26, shoot 26. Fish 27, shoot 2, weight, shoot 25. Fish 27, shoot 2. Attack Temporos, shoot 25. And then fish plus shoot 16 and kill Temporos. Okay. Put this over here.
One thing I did with this hardcore, well, when it was hardcore, is it was free to play for the longest time. I finished all quests before entering member.
Sure.
And so I guess one thing I would do differently is I would waterfall quest at the start.
Makes sense. Well, it says my currently worn equipment is probably absolutely chaotic. Yeah. Well, it says, or Sue says, I'll buy you another 11,000 bolts in 4 hours if you're worried about ammo. That's kind of real. No, here we go. Nice. Wait. Sir. Sir. You're drunk. All right.
If you're still worried about ammo, go do the animal magnetism quest.
We keep interrupting fucking Kolya's grinds to tell them to do other quests. Gooses looks like I am the captain today. What? No. What do you mean? Figured I'd try the green. Usually I use my quest cape, but I don't have my quest cape anymore. I guess I could get another one for fashion purposes, but I don't know. Seems silly to me. Zeus is probably after 61 when you actually have bolts worth saving. True. Because up until then you don't have ammo that is worth getting back for animal magnetism. It does make it more AFK though, to just have the bolts come back to your inventory. So I kind of like it. Who says, I mean, at work, lol, shift lead wanted to trade jobs tonight because they're bored. Damn. So you are boss today. Okay. Oh wait, do I have a gear set for Temporos? I do. Oh, humidify. Oh, this is a mythical cape. I do have those. My Rada's blessing does absolutely fucking nothing. Oh, hammer. Yeah, to repair the fucking mast. True. Okay. So, Arceus spellbook? Humidifies on the Arceus spellbook? I thought it was lunar. Okay. And then Arata's Blessing is what it suggests bringing. Okay. I'm sure it does absolutely nothing. It is Lunar Spellbook? Yeah, I thought it was. I'm like, this is clearly Arceus, which cannot be correct. I think it's in my house. Who says boss hog booze? I'll worship it. Workshop it, excuse me. I was like, please don't worship it. Oh wait, I'm supposed to go. Wait. Is there a minigame teleport to Temporos? I know that we can use the glory. Zeus is worshiping me works too? No, that's crazy. Zeus says, where's your house located? You can use my house. I'm in Remington. Wait, use your house to get to... Oh, to change my spellbook. It's fine. We're already there. Zeus says, let's go with that idea. No, that's all right. I'm busy. Nope. Zeus says, damn. LOL, just damn. Hey, look, man. I let you down easy. Yeah, there's Humidify. That's the one. How many charges do I have on this? I imagine it's got a lot because I don't feel like I used that many. 2,500. So not a ton. Not a ton. Enough to get like my feet wet, you know. I can learn how to do this again. All right. So fish 6 or 26. I need like buckets. I don't need rope or hammer. I think we just fish this. Probably be a good idea to have my buckets full of water already. Oh, well, that's what humidifies for. It's fine. Sue says, I prefer the Infernal to the Crystal. I think Crystal's better. But okay.
Do you remember how many fish you need?
Yeah, 26. Which is a weird number for 5 buckets. Because that means I have 6 slots, which is 22. It's like a weird number. Maybe I just don't start out with buckets. So if I drop some of these. What would it be? It would be like this?
Can you do a take 5 on buckets?
Yeah, I did take 5. But I don't think I wanted to do that in retrospect. Sue says, I like the cooking method. More permits, 10k less experience. I don't need permits, though. I want experience. Permits do nothing for me. It's like a little bit of money.
Question that kills. Are you going to save permits to 99?
Sure. I don't have any reason to use them, so sure.
Huge loot box opening.
This is hell. This is the worst way to do this. But it worked. 1 bucket at a time. All right, now we want 27.
And then you freed that fishing spot, and then you didn't need to use it because the double fishing spot was
Yes.
elsewhere.
Well, I mean, we didn't want the fire to spread anyway, so I think dousing those flames was a good idea, but having an extra bucket would have been very fucking helpful there. Sue says you grab 5 buckets after you dump the first inventory. Yeah, I would say so. Who says I never liked solo Temporos, too many sweats. I get what you're saying. It's faster though, and by virtue of it being faster, it's better.
I think solo temp is fine.
As long as I can do it without failing, it's fine. But if I fuck up too badly, then it's not worth it, obviously. Okay, now we fish another 27 and shoot 2. And then attack Temporos, shoot the rest. Then fish and shoot 16. Who says I just want to AFK my Karambwans in peace? Yeah, well then just don't do Temporos, that's fine. Driftnet fishing is also good, but I just can't afford to driftnet fish when I could be making money from doing this and also from doing chinchompas, especially chinchompas. Like, it makes way too much sense to do chinchompas, I think, than to lose money doing driftnets, even though driftnets would be very fast. Boost says it'll be huge when you get the fish barrel too. What will be? Because I'm not going to use the fish barrel. It's worthless to me. It'd be useful to someone who likes to fish, right? But for me, it's worthless.
It'll be a huge waste of bank space.
Yes, it'll literally fill a bank slot and do nothing else. Who says the fishing grind? So yeah, it's worthless to me. Sue says it's good for dark crabs. You're probably correct about that, but not of any value to me. Who says doesn't work on the fish here? Not that I know of. Maybe you know something I don't. Who says I've never tried, so I'm legit asking? I don't think so. Sue says, if it's a saved inventory slot, when you were PK'd, you keep the fish in the barrel? Yeah, sure. Who says I just use it for Karambwans? Yeah, that's what most people use it for. But I've never fished in this game in the way that you would benefit from a... Like, the closest I've come to benefiting from a fishing barrel is when I tried 3-tick barbarian fishing and it didn't really work. For me, I just wasn't able to do it. Oh, yes, this get fucked, ghouls. I'm glad that you were able to get the ghouls dead. That was a long time for 15 ghouls, though. Holy shit. But yeah, I understand how it can be good, but I'm not a dark crab fisher, you know? It's just not something I've ever done in the game, and I don't see that changing anytime soon either. Okay. Fish and shoot 16. That's a weird number, but all right. Who says, I also AFK the barbarian fishing. It's not bad experience by any means, but definitely not everyone's first choice. Yeah, you can AFK them. It's better if you 3-tick them because it's faster, but it's just not worth the RSI. Well, it's probably worth it as a 3-tick method if you can do it consistently, to be honest. But I like tried for an hour and I couldn't fucking make it happen. Like I just
There
couldn't
was
fucking
something
do
I
it.
was meaning to test.
Yeah.
So you can put roe and caviar in the reagents pouch.
Yeah.
Can you withdraw it though? Because if you can potentially get 26 times 5 HP in one slot of inventory.
Interesting. Who says it gives 3-tick granite vibes? It is similar to that, yes. I wouldn't do it for like to 99 grind, but for what I needed to hit like some kind of arbitrary threshold, whether it be 91 fishing or whatever. And I definitely, oh, I only needed 16. What the fuck am I doing? I just love fishing. All right, we have to kill this before he comes back. Which is why I think 16 is the number. Sue says, I wouldn't say dark crabs are good money, but we already had a conversation about good money. Oh, I would say that dark crabs are good money. Well, yeah, the idea... It depends what you mean by good money, yeah. If you don't mind, like, things being infinitely long, but zero investment, zero effort, then yes, I can see it being considered good money. But for me, the thing that matters is time investment more than anything else. Oh my god, my fucking stream died. Jesus. That's not good. Oh my. Yeah, that's definitely not good. It looks like it's just my stream key that's struggling. You can still hear me, right, Saku?
Yeah.
Okay. Let us see.
Oh, stream died.
Yeah, it sure did. It sure did, brother. I'm looking. I'm trying to fix it. Maybe it's fine if I just do it again. Hold on. Let's see. No, it hates that. Okay. I see. Well, that explains why that went away. Or that didn't do anything at first. Nice red Xing tech. Okay, so I'd shoot 26. That means I got an extra one? Yeah. Of course, as I'm trying to relearn how to do something, my stream fucking dies. I mean, I guess there's no good time for my stream to die anyway, but...
Hmm.
Oh my god. I really can't do more than one thing at a time. I think I'm actually gonna die as well. I can kind of save it if I just knock him down, I guess. I just gotta get the rest of these. Okay, I think it was 11. So I want to do 16, I think now. Oh my god, so fucking scuffed. Everything is broken. Like, actually broken for once.
Thanks Windows for being so reliable.
I don't think it's Windows' fault. I don't think. Maybe. Could be.
It always is. At least for me.
I'm at like a weird part of the cycle. I don't know. I think I wasn't supposed to knock him down, maybe? I shot one too many, maybe? Yeah, I'm supposed to have a full inventory here. I'm also struggling just to remember how to do this shit. Yeah, something is definitely very broken. Okay, maybe if I just do this. Oh, he's got full energy too. Oh no, it's actually really bad. Okay, I think I saved this run at the very least. For whatever that's worth. Now, as far as converting that into the rest of this, I'm not as sure that I can. Like, fixing the stream part of it. We're trying. We're certainly trying. Okay. And now if I do this, nothing. It's kind of what I thought might happen, but okay. Maybe if I just stop recording. Let's call it a bust. No, I think we can split it into 2 VODs today. It's fine. Start OBS completely over. Okay, we'll be right back.